Hey, Shalom, we'll waste no time. Things are moving fast. Things are happening. I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha HaKodash. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. A sincere Shalom, Labakariam, Shal Yasha'Allah. That's peace to the elect of the nation of Israel. Now, before I get into this video here, this is breaking. This is about maybe 4 hours old now. I've been checking this out. We're gonna get right into this video, but before I do, I want to just read this scripture Akim in a very few akwath, so that you know how blessed you are, how blessed we are to be sitting in this seat. So when we come across the stories, there's a lot happening in planet Earth right now, or on planet Earth and above Earth. This the 21st, which will be Sunday, in the wee hours of the early, I think it's early sun dawning hours. There should be a crescent eclipse that's taking place. So there's where we going? Okay, we're going to Matthews right here. So there was a full lunar eclipse this month. Now they're talking about a crescent eclipse where the moon covers part of the sun to give it that crescent look. These are the signs that Yahweh Shai is talking about, so that we know we close to the end. We close to the MOTB being unleashed, which is the mark of the beast. If you don't know, you better ask somebody. You better ask somebody. You better get on board. You just jumped on this train. You listening to our apostles of Great Millstone. You better find out. You better dig in. 2 forks, 2 spoons, 2 knives. Because the Lord about to shut the ministry off this internet. That's the famine of the word. And you on your own. Everybody on their own. That's why we gobbling up. So as we come across information, we filter it through these scriptures, and we blessed to know the scene before it's set. Because something heavy happened today, between NATO and Russia. It would show that behind the scenes, the elite's getting busy. They pushing. Mind you, Trump is over there in London right now, man. I saw the dinner table that they was all eating at. Thing was like a palace beyond this world, man. These elites are rich beyond belief. But they about to come down. So we're privileged to be chosen to sit in this seat right now at the end of the world. We got the tokens. We got the signs. We know what's going on behind the scenes. This is Matthews 13, verse 11. Look, as soon as I go live, here go one of these Babylonians. All the parking spaces around here. This is a big lot I'm sitting in. There's a Babylonian just pull up right next to me. As soon as I start filming, with all these parking spaces here. This is Matthews 13, verse 11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. But unto them, unto these people, when they see reports like this, and I hope she opened the door. I hope she don't hit the car, but we can expect that. These demons, man. But it says, but to them it is not given. So it was given to us to know these mysteries right now, meaning these prophecies, before they happen. We know NATO and Russia going to team up. They're going to turn against America. We know what's happening behind the scenes, but they're about to turn up. Something big is about to happen, man. It said, this is the AMPC. And he replied to them, to you it has been given to know the secrets. So these are secrets. This understanding these videos, when you get an alert on your phone, how somebody tap you on your shoulder and give you that head nod, it's like, come here, I gotta tell you something. That's what these alerts are. You see brothers' videos going up, all apostles' videos, the bishops, the elders, all around, the affiliate camps like us, the videos going out. It's like, psst, 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 hey, something just went down. You stop what you doing, man. Oh, okay. Oh, we know what that's about. That's a great feeling. You didn't have that 10, 15, 5 years, whatever you came in. You didn't have this. News was just news. You was just worrying about a buck. You worried about going to work, making $1, meeting a woman or a man, right? Getting something to eat, looking fresh, vacation, your car note, and maybe a mortgage. That's it. That's your whole world. Now you look at the news, you're waiting for the return of Yahushua. Now you're waiting for the turn of our Lord, man. And all these events that's taking place on planet Earth at the same time. Remember, the signs in the sun, the signs in the moon. These are all indicators that we at the end of the world. So it says, he replied to them, to you it has been given to know the secrets and mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. Why would the kingdom of heaven be a secret in the mystery? Because it's not given to everybody. Everybody ain't going. Your good Christian friend, your Roman Catholic friend, your Baptist aunt, right? Your Jehovah wickedness uncle, they not going because they don't have the keys. You know, the Lord didn't unlock the doors of their mind. They can't receive these secrets. They don't know, you know, that the Lord is close to repent, get right. You know, understand these secrets it means get yourself together because it's going down. The mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been given. Let me get this in the GNTD. Yahushua answered, the knowledge about the secrets of the kingdom of heaven has been given to you, but not to them. Don't worry about why the 2/3 don't get it. Continue to examine why you get it. Why did the Lord choose you? Why did he choose me? Because we at the end, we at a tipping point. That means the Lord gonna help us. That's what that means. The Lord says he call us no more servants. You know, we're gonna get right into this video. But now, the Lord is calling us his friends now, man. And a friend know what his other friend is doing, what he's up to. This is St. John's 15, verse 14. You are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth, I call you not servants, but it starts with servant. For the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you. And that's these secrets, the secrets of the return. The return of Yahushua is the world's best kept secret. Only in the arms or the mind of Yahweh. He's the only one that know when he's going to release Yahushua back on planet Earth. But he gave us the signs. He gave us the signs. And what Yahushua do as a good friend, he shows it to us. Call Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Like this is this sign here.
Welcome in, everyone. We have some breaking news out of Europe involving NATO and Russia. Russian fighter jets today, I'm filming this on Friday, September 19th, breached NATO airspace. That is right, you heard me correctly. Multiple Russian fighter jets have breached NATO airspace, breached NATO boundaries. This is a massive escalation of the situation. This is developing as I am bringing it to you. We really don't know where this is going to go next or what could happen next. This is a shocking development. It comes on the heels of the drones and essentially the drone attack that unfolded by the Russians in Poland. We'll discuss that as well. And we are really off to the races here as President Donald Trump makes it clear time and time again, he is very unhappy with Russian President Vladimir Putin. And now the Russians have breached NATO airspace. Before we get into
this hasn't been the first time, okay? This will make sure you know, you got to take this information with a grain of salt, as they say, okay? Because they've been breached before, you know, since 2014 when they went in. Then that breach just happened with Poland with those Russian drones. I forget how many. He just said it, you know. But this one here, this was these were 3 fighter jets. Let me just show you something. You know, and this what makes it suspicious, you know, to me and certain analysts I was listening to, you know, because these jets, this was Russia. This is ChatGPT, Russian military jet invades NATO airspace today. On September 19th, the Russian MiG-31 fighter jet. Now, the MiG-31 fighter jet, let me just get an image here. This is one of the world's fastest jet. I think only America might be number 1. I don't know, maybe they got this thing pushing, but I know this is one of the world's fastest. It go like a Mach 2 point something. I mean, that was going up to about 3,000 miles per hour. Yeah, it goes to a F multiplied fighter jet. Not that this one goes up to about a Mach 2.83, which is 3,000 miles per hour. Okay, this is what came in to NATO's airspace today. You know, and this thing was fully cocked and loaded, man. And it had the missiles on it. So they wasn't playing no game. And then NATO had scrambled their F-35 to chase them out of there. Now the F-35s with speed, it goes at a Mach 1.6, which is damn near 50% less than the Meg 31, which is about 1,220 miles per hour. So it's slower, right? But the fighting power, right, or I would say the more updated air battle, when I was going into it, it's more fierce from what they were saying than a Meg 31. But who knows? You know, they did say that this F-35 that NATO sent out, it's no joke if they had the battle, but you got to catch them to do that. So it's like, why would NATO send something out this slow? And on top of that, they let this Mag 31, this was the thing that drew suspicion, they let this thing float around for 12 minutes, almost 15 minutes inside of their airspace. You know, when you sitting in, they seen these jets come in, man. They coming in with speed. They got all kind of detectors. You see them when they flying. You see them before they get to you. So you mean tell me you let this float around for 12 minutes and you didn't think about sending these, you know, these scramblers out to bring them down or chase them out of there? Something is fishy. This is the Russian Meg-31 is significantly faster than NATO's F-35. The two jets were designed for different missions, so a head-to-head comparison of just speed doesn't tell the whole story. So which we know. Conclusion: while the Meg-31 is the faster aircraft in the straight line, the F-35 is the more capable fighter in a modern combat scenario due to its advanced stealth, sensor, and networking ability. So this is what happened while you was out eating lunch, right, checking things out. Things like this was going down, you know, and that's why the Lord says, hold on, let me let this commercial go. We gotta watch all these damn EV commercials. Everything is about getting your ride hard, man. We at the end of the world. You know, things are going on, and they talking about keeping your stamina up in bed, man. You know, this is what Esau give you, but this is for all you non-believers. Nah, it ain't going down, right? It ain't happening. Well, we about to soon see. We about to soon see. This is Isaiah 13 verse 2. I'm gonna read it in NLT. It says, raise a signal flag on the bare hilltop. Now the top hill is America, and that signal flag, that's these prophecies, man. You know, just imagine you on a cruise boat and you chilling and you going one direction, you start seeing signs that say danger, you know, blast area, turn back, dead end. You're going to get bothered. You're going to want to turn the ship around. And that's what's happening now. We out there on the highways and byways. Our apostles been out there for over 30 years. The truth is all on this internet. And that's the flag. That's the message. And it has reached to the gates of the nobles now. So they got to move quick. So I believe, you know, this sound like a setup, man. Something, the Black Swan event, whatever they planning, because for those jets to be floating around for 12 minutes, that's very suspicious. Then they send out some of the slowest aircraft to intercept. I don't know. But we keeping our eyes on the situation, because this is an escalation, like my man just said. And he's an arrogant piece of you know what. It says, raise a signal flag on a bare hilltop. Call up an army against Babylon. And that's what's happening. See, Esau, the elites think they got this together. They think they're going to start this war, and maybe they're going to shoot off a nuclear bomb or two, and They're going to go into bunkers and they're going to rise like the phoenix from the ashes and put it all together. Nah, that ain't how prophecy going. The Lord said, I control the minds of the kings. The Lord is putting thoughts in Putin's mind, Trump's mind, the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the guys behind the scene, the guys that's living like this. Let me pull something up. Oh, they eating. This how they living. While you out here scrambling, breaking your neck, you know, to rub together 2 damn nickels. These bastards. Let me just show you this here. I was watching this, you know, a few times. Hold on, where we at? No, I'm gonna go into my history here. Yes, my history. This how these bastards are living, man. So the Lord about to put a stop to all this. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is from the
and double honor to the apostle.
Shalom to the Ark here. Name of the handle here is Stay in the Spirit 144. Shalom to you in the Akim, you know. And this is a video he did. I think it was yesterday. I was checking it out. I watched the rest of it today. Good video. Go check it out. But look. Look at your man. You know, he over there in Britain right now. He's sitting with the top elites. So these top elites, they think they're going to get this off. They behind the scenes, man. They think they controlling the Third World War. They already set it off for the Middle East. They want to take back the land. They got not a Jew. You know, he doing his thing. So they think they got this whole thing covered. The MOTB, trust me, that micro C-hip is inside of these warehouses, man, ready to go. Just like that sticky icky was. Just like that Beetlejuice. It was already developed. It was set and it was ready to go. They just had to put it into the valves, get it in the refrigerators and send it off, man. So they got everything. This is how close we are to the end. So they're celebrating, man. Behind the scenes, these are the behind the scenes guys. They're celebrating to the New World Order. But this is how they live it.
Therefore, as we celebrate this unparalleled partnership, allow me to propose a toast to President Trump and the First Lady, and to the health, prosperity, and happiness of the people of the United States of America.
That's how they living. Look at this. While you scrambling at your plantation. Some of this is solid gold. That's how the elites living. They think they're going to get it off. They don't know the Lord about to interrupt their enterprise. Maybe we'll get that too. See, these are the people going into slavery. These are the first crops to slavery, man. And behind the scenes, they know it. Oh, they know. Look at them. They want to push it. It's time. It's time. Can you imagine their conversation when the cameras go off? Yeah, it's time. Look at Nero back there, man. Trump is a puppet, man. You know? Yeah. A lot of these guys are nervous, man. You gotta know the prophecies. These are called the nobles here. Yeah, this is how they living. We about sick of this damn Spanish crap, too. And we won't be playing this in the kingdom. Yeah, these are first crops of slavery, their children. You know? But this is how they living while you breaking your nose. Look at them toasting. Tell them what they got in them cups. You breaking your back for $20 an hour, can barely pay rent. And this is the 1% getting richer and richer. Yeah, look at them. We're about to snatch. See, what you guys got to see is the Lord is going to snatch the kingdom from them, man. You know, these are the people that's going down. So when you hear the stories about, you know, the fighter jets, World War III about to pop off, know that behind the scene, they think they controlling this. But they don't know these prophecies. Lift up a banner upon the high mountain. That banner, that's this Bible, man. And the high mountain, that's America. Exalt the voice, and that's what we do. You got microphones, you know. Some camps got the megaphones, you know. We exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand. We telling them their judgment. That they may go into the gates of the nobles. You just looked at the nobles. That's what you're looking at right here. It's the nobles. It's the gates of the nobles. I mean, they know about the Israelites. They know about the men of the Lord. Why do you think they're about to attack free speech on the internet. Look what's going on in London right now. They out there rioting over putting up TikTok videos and being locked up behind it. So they're attacking free speech. What do you think that's about? They want these teachings off the YouTube because this is the only thing that stands in between them and their enterprise. This is the NLT. It says, raise a signal flag on a bare hilltop. Call up the army against Babylon. That's what's about to happen. Wave your hand to encourage them as they march into the palace of the high and mighty. And this is the palace of the high and mighty. So they toasting. They living good. They think they controlling the conflict, but not knowing the Heavenly Father is about to bomb them, man. So yeah, this is what's happening. We're going to check out this other report here.
Move fast, break nothing.
Like
Trustworthy AI.
They make you watch
SAS
this
Via.
now.
Story, the developing story we've seen over the last hour or so, because Estonia's government says 3 Russian military jets entered NATO airspace without permission on Friday morning and stayed there for nearly 12 minutes. In a statement on X, a NATO spokesman said NATO responded immediately and intercepted the Russian jets, which had violated
They didn't
Estonian
respond immediately. I'm sure it wouldn't have took them 12 minutes, you know, if they were over here.
Airspace, adding this is yet another example of reckless Russian behavior and NATO's ability to respond. The foreign minister of Estonia said the incident was the most brazen violation yet of its airspace and the 4th this year. He said Russia was increasingly testing its neighbors' borders with its aggression. The incident comes after a week in which more than 20 drones violated Polish airspace, prompting NATO jets to shoot some down, and a further Russian drone incursion over Romanian territory close to the Ukrainian border. So let's get immediate reaction from Vitaly Shevchenko, BBC Monitoring's Russia editor and host of Ukrainecast. And Vitaly, tell us more, because this doesn't appear again to be some sort of mistake. It is there in Estonian airspace for a considerable amount of time, isn't it?
Of course, there will be people who will be asking the question of, could this be an honest mistake? But I would argue that this would be giving Russia too much benefit of the doubt following a clear pattern that has been emerging over the past weeks. Last week, 10 days ago, at least 19 Russian drones violated Polish airspace. Then another drone entered Romania's airspace. So now we have these 3 Russian MiG-31 jets over Estonia, and that is the pattern that is emerging of Russia testing, well, basically how much it can get away with. And frankly, despite all the expressions of concern and statements such as the one we've heard from Kaja Kallas, the EU's foreign policy chief, that the EU stands in full solidarity with Estonia, this doesn't really amount to a reason for Vladimir Putin to fear any sort of consequences following these apparent attempts to violate NATO airspace. So this is one reason why Russia's neighbors, such as Estonia and Ukraine, have been saying that more needs to be done to stop Russia from carrying out such violations.
And that is repeated by Ursula von der Leyen from the EU, saying that every provocation has to be responded to with determination while investing in stronger operations in our eastern flank. What does she mean by that?
Well, it's the best the EU can try, because it's a collective body which is governed by consensus. So if there's any opposition within the EU to stronger action against Russia, there's deadlock. And to give you one example of what happened in the past, because the Estonian Foreign Minister Margus Tsahkna said this is the worst violation of 4 this year. In May this year, the Estonian Navy attempted to detain a Russian tanker which they suspected to to be part of Russia's so-called shadow fleet, which Russia uses to avoid Western sanctions. So when Estonia attempted to stop that tanker board it, Russia sent a fighter jet into Estonian airspace. And what happened? Well, not much. Just as now, back then, there were expressions of concern, but will they stop Vladimir Putin? As we can see, well, they haven't, and they probably will not.
All right, so
Thanks very much.
so we inching. You know, these are like the jab before the hook come in. So sooner or later, you know, that this guy, he was dropping it. Sooner or later, you know, it's going to be a full-fledged war. So we going deeper and deeper into these prophecies. And it's for all the people that said it wouldn't be done. For those that don't think, you know, the Lord's word is solid, and that these prophecies are not sure, and that this is not happening. Just because you don't see it, don't mean it ain't going down, man. This is Ezekiel 12, verse 26. Again, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come. You think brothers out here wasting their time? No. The days are getting shorter. We getting close. Every 24 hours that disappear on your ass, you done lost another day. Another day closer to your house shot. So keep on scoffing. Keep on ignoring. Going about your day. Acting like everything is okay. Normality bias. Right? You trying to blind your reality with your blunts and cigarettes and your disgusting music and overeating and getting drunk night after night. Go on, keep on doing what you're doing. Acting like this ain't going down. And you're going to be caught up in the midst of this, man. And it's going to be brutal. And I believe that you know, this could be a setup. You know, they throwing this out because all the news outlets picked it up quick. And I was reading through the New York Times. They picked it up quick. And they put something out there. So maybe they can use this. Some type of suitcase bomb go off. Something big happen, you know, over here, over there. But they need something big to usher in this MOTB, man. And it's going to be on the heels of this World War III. So time is short. This vision, these prophecies, is about to come to pass. The vision that he seeth is for many days to come. And he prophesied about the times that are far off, right? You think it's going to be another 50 years. We got another 100 years to do what? You eating GMO food? You drinking acidic water? Look at the clothing you got to wear. They spraying the air with all kind of chemtrails. You got animals popping up with diseases. You still got disease X out here lurking. People still riding around in their car with a mask on, an N95 mask. Right now, are you serious? They came out and told you that the whole thing was an experiment. You still riding around with a mask on your face by yourself in the car. Another 50 years of this? Yeah, right. The Lord said he got to cut it short or no flesh shall be saved. Therefore say unto them, thus saith Yahweh, there shall none of my words be prolonged anymore, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord, man. The Lord about to get this job done. And we about to see it. And we here, we alive. And we about to see the fall of our damn enemy Esau, man. In the 2/3, man. Y'all ass is about to get it too. Let me go over here. Salaki, let me get some good stuff real quick. Let's get Jeremiah 51 and 27. You know, because this is going down. This is the judgment. And we're going to close it out on this here. But that's just breaking, just blowing the trumpet on that. Everything getting close. Man, we getting close. Everything is set up. This is Jeremiah 51, verse 27, NLT. Raise a signal flag. Once again, that's that banner. And that's what we doing. We raising these prophecies while we can. We blowing the trumpet while we can. The Lord said, lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions. We doing it while we can. Telling you, get ready. Get ready. Because part of the destruction coming in is there should be a cry for wandering in the streets, which is this knowledge, this understanding. The breakdown of this Bible. Everybody trying to find out what is the Bible talking about right now. We breaking it down. Our apostles are breaking it down. Our elders and bishops, they breaking it down. They showing you exactly where you at in time. But just like anything that's special, right? A limited edition means limited edition. It says, It says, raise a signal flag to the nations. Sound a battle cry. Mobilize them all against Babylon. Prepare them to fight against her. And that's what's being prepared. The final war. Bring out the army of Ararat, Minni, and Ashkenaz. You know, these are all the areas over there in Turkey. You know, Japheth's land. And you know Ararat, that's where the ark ended up at. Between those two columns, Mount Ararat. You know, and when you go into these names, you know, what's crazy, you know, the Lord said he's bringing these, basically the north against Babylon. The modern day Babylon is America. But when you go into some of these names, like when you go into Ararat here, this is the Hebrew.
Strong's H 780. Ararat.
Ararat, right? It's the curse reserved. As you can see, the curse reserved, man. And this is the curse that goeth, you know, into Babylon, right? We know that to be the chariot. What's that? Zechariah 5. This is the curse that goeth over the face of the whole earth, and it's going to remain there. But this place is cursed, man. You know, and it's funny that that name went into that. Another name, which is Ashkenaz. Check this out. This goes into fire as scattered. Look at that. A man as sprinkled, fire as scattered. You know, these are all negative things. Mini-me, if I'm pronouncing that right. Division. These are all the things that's on Babylon, America right now. These are all the things, and the Lord is calling the nations, calling the armies against Babylon right now. It says, appoint a commander and bring a multitude of horses like swarming locusts, man. Armies upon armies about to hit this place. Bring against her the armies of the nations, led by the king of the Medes, which is Russia. Russia is leading this charge. Like I said, these elites think they got it together, right? They think they enterprise is going to be crowned with success. Well, you ain't never read Job 5 and 12. The Lord about to interrupt your enterprise. But the Lord said, bring the kings of the Medes and all their captains and officers. The earth trembles and withers in pain for everything Yahweh has planned. Once again, you thinking, oh, it's going to be years and it ain't going to happen this way. That Bible ain't real. Those prophets are lying to you. Those Israelites, those black Hebrew Israelites are lying to you. Nah, we not lying. At least the men that's under Great Millstone. We ain't lying. We telling you the truth. We breaking down these prophecies. This is about to go down, and time is short. It says, for everything Yahweh has planned against Babylon stands unchanged. Stands unchanged. Babylon will be left desolate without a single inhabitant. That's Revelations 18. Ain't nothing but dust. You know, the Lord going to carve a lake of fire out of this place real soon. So these elites behind the scenes don't know what they're dealing with. And you 2/3 running around Babylon thinking it's sweet. You don't know what's going on. Yeah, but shit is happening, man. And I wouldn't be surprised if they attack one of these cities over here with some of those fighter jets, man. I just wouldn't be surprised. I had a dream like that. I had a few dreams. But I'm going to just share one. One, I was, something was going down real bad. And I remember going to my wife's job. I had to go get her because it was chaos just in the streets. I'm like, oh, shit. And she was in the basement getting herself a lunch bag and everything. I said, man, the hell with that. I grab her. I said, let's go. We running up the stairs. And all our co-workers, everybody scattered. They running. So I kick open the door. I don't know. We made it to the roof. I kick open the door and I just see they had to be Chinese. I don't know why it would make me think they were Chinese fighter jets. But they were Chinese fighter jets coming through the city. It had to be 50, 60 of them. They was in a formation. and they was coming through the cities, man. I'm in Jersey, so I see them coming through New York, and I can't believe my eyes. And she started screaming. She broke my hand to run back in the building because they started shooting. Oh my! And as soon as they started shooting, I was like, oh shit! And I just saw buildings, bang, 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 and I woke up. And I had this dream about maybe 4 years ago. Maybe about it. I had other dreams about fighter jets coming into the city. 2 more, but that was just a quick one. So don't be surprised we may hear something like this going down. This might be the event they looking for. But something is brewing, man. But as you can see, we in the times. We in these times. Let me see. Let me hear what this guy had to say, because he was saying some stuff.
Take on this, because I listed the number of incidents just over the last few days in terms of the seriousness of this. You only have to look at some of the comments from EU officials, from Estonian officials, from NATO officials.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't the first time this has happened, Matthew. May was an example where 2 Su-35s, Russian, were launched against shadow tankers coming through Estonian territorial waters. That was a brief incursion. But this looks like it was 12 minutes, and these aren't Su-35s; these are MiG-31s. So they've got a speed of about Mach 2.8, which is at one point one of the fastest fighters in the world. It's got an incredible range on it. It's too crewed, and at the moment you have Baltic Air Policing inside Amani Air Base in Estonia, which is being policed by Italian F-35s. F-35 has a speed of about Mach 1.6. So, you know, this is a inside territorial airspace. Territorial airspace goes out to about 12 nautical miles off the coast. It's not the first time it's happened. And this now is with the MiG-31, which is a hugely fast jet, which can outrun effectively the F-35, only in terms of speed, but the F-35 obviously have air-to-air missiles, which can conduct what's called BVR, beyond visual range. So there is QRA. Baltic Air Policing has been occurring since 2014. Since the Baltic states joined NATO in 2004. So NATO is prepared for this, but the fact that it's happening more regularly, I think, is a bit of a worry.
Yes, the phrase
more
used is that
frequent.
Russia
So
clearly...
something is brewing. Something is brewing. That's why we're saying be prepared. Stay on your watch. You know, we watching this news and stuff. This is what they're giving us, but we know the scriptures. We know the prophecies. We know we close to the return. We see all the signs around us. And like he said, this thing has happened before, but it's more frequent now. So the time is getting shorter and shorter. Sooner or later, we ain't going to be talking like it. We're going to be talking about that event. Whatever it's going to be, we're going to be talking about that. And it's like, yo, go for cover now, because this is it. We going in. Hey, brothers going to be closing out on their last videos real soon. Brothers going to be closing out on their last camps real soon. We're going to hear our apostles' voices, you know, unless you got, you know, certain things downloaded and, you know, certain brothers, they have the opportunity to live close to the apostles. But, you know, you ain't got certain things downloaded. You're going to be hearing the apostles' voice on these computers, you know, for the last time, you know, real soon. And we're going to have Yahushua. That's why it's time to kiss the Son. Get right with Yahushua, because man can't deliver you out of what's about to happen. The only one that can save us is Yahweh and his son, Yahushua. So we're going to close it right there. Something is rotten in Denmark, man. Giving all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKwadash. Double honor to the elders, a great millstone who told us this truth. Shalom.